She's like the four-leaf clover queen. I'm serious. Wait, that's 3. Just kidding. Hey guys, it's Mark.
And Anna.
And welcome back for our 3rd week. Holy moly, it's hard to believe we've been doing this for 3 weeks. But we're gonna do a garden update with you. For you.
Let's go. Cilantro is so happy here, and you can see the salad bed there, squash and pumpkins, corn in the back, watermelons, onions, carrots, potatoes. We got our broccoli, cauliflower, cucumber, peppers, and then some flowers coming up here. I just wanted to let you guys know that I actually decided on what flowers I'm going to have in here, the majority of the flowers anyway. So I have the dahlias in the middle, and then these lilies coming up right there that are from my mother, and then I planted zinnia everywhere else. So they should be, let's see, mature in 60 days or 40 days. I think it's pretty short. I think it's 40 days. So I'm excited to see those come up.
So the cabbage is doing well. It's starting to form a nice little head in there. We are getting a little bit of insect damage here. Not totally sure what that is, but I did end up spraying our cabbage, all the vegetables, with the neem oil. And neem oil, the reason that I chose neem oil was that it's kind of a dual function spray, that it's both an insecticide and a fungicide. So an insecticide is controlling the insects, and then the fungicide would be like the any type of fungal disease that's happening on the leaves. I'm not seeing any right offhand to show you, so I just kind of was going for that dual purpose. If you wanted to kind of have a single affecting spray, an alternative to neem oil would be insecticidal soap, and you can kind of make your own. That's a big bird. Anyway, so an alternative to neem oil would be an insecticidal soap, and that is just a singular focused thing just to help with the insects. And you can actually make your own with diluting soap water, but I don't have a recipe for that. So just sticking with pre-manufactured insecticidal soap is the way that I would go. I have a little contraption that goes onto my garden hose, and I can control the flow rates. So that's just a good way to know how much of that product is being applied. So there you go. So these guys are yellow potatoes, and these ones here are red potatoes. And as you can see, they are completely loving life right now. So very soon, just because they are starting to bush up, we're gonna do our second layer of board. This is just a 1x6. We're gonna put another 1x6 up here, fill that with dirt, and let them do that again. We're just gonna repeat that process probably 2 more times, something like that. And then at that point, we should be able to go back to the bottom and start digging out the potatoes and harvesting them that way. So stay tuned, should be good.
I just wanted to show you the squash and the pumpkins here behind me are doing great. They are just branching out, getting those leaves. Really excited about this. I think the kids will have fun finding the pumpkins out here this year. So that's great. And then the corn, Mark weeded the corn a little bit, and we figured we'd just take out that 4th row along that side. So we're just gonna have 3 rows of corn this year, which is great.
So I'm not exactly a watermelon expert. I was expecting more growth than what we're seeing. So I did kind of run around and do some weeding, but you wouldn't really know that because apparently our weeds are just as happy here as anywhere else. But this plant right here is a watermelon. We've got 2 watermelon here, and it's the same. We've got 4 mounds here. So the watermelon is sprouting. Like I said, it's just not being a total expert on this. It seems like we'd be further along, but they are growing.
Kales are doing great. We got some radishes that are just about ready. The kales and lettuce, I've picked a few of those already and had some. They're delicious. These tomatoes, these 2 on this side are doing great. Nice and green, they look happy to me. And the beans are coming up, so that's awesome. There is the one tomato on that side. Here, I'll walk over there. The one tomato over here that is still just not thriving. It's small, still limpy. Leaves are kind of crunchy actually, so whew. So I don't know how this one's gonna turn out, but so far I don't think it's dead. So I'm just gonna let it keep going and see what happens with it.
So earlier talking about neem oil and it being a dual acting spray, and part of that action was a fungicide. This would be a good example of what I'm talking about. Our beets. Can you see that? It's almost like it's got some sort of blight going on. So I did apply neem oil to this. Maybe you guys can help me out, but they don't look the best.
The strawberries are coming in real nice. Let's see. Here they are. But if you remember last week, I told you that we had, that's our neighbor's dog. Last week I told you that we had like volunteer squash coming up all over the place. So you got to see this in the strawberry.
We have a very healthy squash plant. Check that out.
That's a big one. I look down there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Huh?
There's one down there. Little baby one.
Yep. So they're coming up everywhere.
There's one
Unfortunately,
over there.
unfortunately, this is just not a good place for it. This is where we want strawberries. So we're gonna end up pulling that thing because I don't want it robbing nutrients from strawberries.
Show us.
There's that one. I didn't get the roots, so it's probably going to happen again.
That's the
Look.
strawberry plant, Mark? Got
Where'd it
the
go?
wrong
Where'd it go?
one. It's right there.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? That's funny. Hey, that was a good one. And it's got a bonus in it.
I see a little volunteer something or another over there.
That's another one.
They're all over the place.
This doesn't look like a squish.
Just to show you guys, we got little squash plants. They look like squash to me, coming up all over the place. Got a couple in here. There's a volunteer bean right there. Oh, is that a piece of trash? Piece of trash. Volunteer beans underneath there. So I have a vague memory of when I was getting all this in here. Paul wanted to plant his own garden, and I told him he wanted to plant like a whole handful of beans in a little pot. And I told him, nobody, those don't go in a pot, you need to put those in the ground. And I walked away, and when I came back, the beans were gone, And I asked him what he did with them. He said he threw them in the garden. And I was like, what do you mean threw them in the garden? And he goes, so I am assuming a lot of the little volunteer things we have coming up are beans that Paul threw when he was all excited about getting seeds in the ground.
That is our weekly update, and I appreciate you guys checking in, see what's going on. I am totally open to suggestions. If you guys have any other ideas, we're still looking for a good weeding option. Taking care of those suckers is like a full-time job. So open for that kind of stuff, but anything that you think would be useful. Stay tuned. We do have more stuff coming. Next week, I'm hoping to have a camping video loaded on here, that we're taking a camping trip to kind of central Oregon, eastern Oregon. So it'll be me and the boys, and then my dad and my brother. So should be a lot of fun.
We know that the garden has been in for 4 weeks now, and we started the vlog 1 week after we got it in. So it's already grown a lot, and maybe right here I will put like a before picture when we first got it in, and then
Dang trucks.
and after as in a 4-week picture. Another little update that we have is we decided to get some butterflies, or I guess caterpillars. And if you can see, we already have one little chrysalis going and some other guys hanging down. I think we got one casualty down there on the bottom. He's not moving. Hopefully they'll reproduce and make some more. So these are painted lady caterpillars. Looks like we'll have butterflies here soon.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.